we're doing a beginner's guide as well as a beginner series where we start off with a fresh account from scratch, and we're not going to be spending any money on the game. We'll be giving you guys the tips and tricks that I use for my beginner series, as well as the videos that I tell you guys, so that way you can follow along and also see the progress of the account. When you first make a brand new account, if you're just starting to get into the game, the first thing that you want to do is you want to have a friend. Go to Windows, go to Limbus company, go to friends, and you want to find and add a friend. This here is from someone from our Discord community, so make sure you join the Discord community. I'll have a link in the description down below. We talk about all things Limbus related, as well as a very active community there where we just play Limbus. Okay. What you do is you want to add a friend where ideally they have really strong units. The reason being is you yourself do not have strong units, but your friends have some really juiced up units that you could just borrow, right? So instead of having to make a unit strong, you get a super leg up by having a super juiced unit you can borrow. Now, once you borrow a unit, you're going to take a look at your lunacy. You're going to have some lunacies. The question is going to be, do you pull? Do you want to go into this extraction and spend all your lunacy on pulling units? The answer is no. The reason why is because when you are progressing your account, you're going to be saving your lunacies for, unfortunately, energy refresh, because that's going to be the thing that's going to give you the most amount of value. If you only care about shiny characters, sure, pull, but the issue with pulling shiny characters is even if you have a shiny character, if you don't level them up and build them up properly, they're just going to be weak. They're not going to be on your team. So instead of just pulling for the fancy characters, just save your lunacy for characters that you really want to pull, or save it for account progression. With that being said, though, let's go right into it. So first and foremost, I got a little bit lucky with Don Sinclair, because Don Sinclair here is going to be very strong, but as you can see, I cannot level Sinclair up, and I can't up-tie him at all because I have no threads. Why? Because, well, I need to play the game. So let's jump right into it and start off with Inferno, Kanto. Start with this. I will fast forward this so you do not have to see all of this, but this will take me some time. Currently, right now, we're 2 minutes into the video. I'll tell you exactly how long this takes, so we're gonna speed run through this and get to the boring parts. Okay, we are finally near the very end. We're about to enter into your first dungeon. Lesson number 1. If you have a surplus of energy, you want to make sure you condense it. The reason why you want to condense these is because you can start to get your energy and Enkaphilim to start recovering, because having full energy is just not good. And especially when you're in the beginning of the game, you're going to be in a situation where you're going to get a lot of excess energy. Now, oh god, this is where things get interesting. Remember how I said you wanted to get a support unit? Yeah. This is what we're going to do. We're going to get ourselves a juicy support unit. Oh boy. We're going to get ourselves a juicy support unit here. Heathcliff. When you're picking a support unit in the beginning, it doesn't really matter who. I choose Heathcliff only because personally, he is one of the few characters that consistently can have AoE damage in his regular skill set. But we'll showcase what we kind of mean by that. There's a lot of characters in the game that has the ability to do AoE damage in their base skill set. Heathcliff is just one of the ones that I like to use because he can consistently do it. So allow me to show you after we skip this. I guess it doesn't really matter where we go, but I think, yeah, it's gonna be all the same. It doesn't really matter. Let's go. So we're gonna start with obviously our level 55 Heathcliff, Sinclair, Gregor, Ryoshu, Otis. Lovely. Now, this is why you should join this Discord. Join the Discord, get a friend, watch this. So I know how Gregor's skill set works. We're gonna make him defend right off the rip. The reason why is when he gets on his horse form, he will unlock access to his purple skill, and the purple, well, not unlock access, but he'll gain access to his horse form. Wow, it didn't even matter. It was just one hit kill. All right, great. Couldn't even show you the horse form, but as you can see, super strong, especially in the first dungeon. You're just going to be able to completely bulldoze your way through a lot of the content. We're going to skip this, get to the very end, and just kind of showcase what is going to happen. So this is where we reach into the next premise of what we do with the beginner's guide. We've essentially gotten to the point where we're out of Enkaphilim and we still have orbs. Instead of using orbs to refresh our energy, we're going to be using lunacy. Each day you should be using your lunacy refresh twice. Reason being is if you use it twice, first time it's going to be 26, the second time it's going to be a little bit more expensive, 52, but the reason why it's worth it is because the game will throw you a lot of free lunacy. So as a free-to-play player, you still want to be using the lunacy refresh twice to be able to get the maximum use of your Endgame as well as your lunacy. This is why I say you don't want to be pulling on banners right away, because if you pull on banners right away, you're not going to have the resources to be able to continuously put resources into the game. Typically, the sweet spot is to do 2 lunacy refresh before the diminishing returns happen. If you're really on a budget, you could do 1, but you should always at least be doing 1. If you want to save lunacy in the future for pulls, you can definitely do that, but I typically stick with the rule of thumb is doing 2 lunacy refreshes a day. First time for the 26 and then the second time for the 50 second. And like I said, the reason why you want to be able to have like a character that you can borrow for a friend unit is because when you're doing content like this, all you really need to be able to do is just have the characters that is your bold friend unit carry you through most of the content. I like to use Heathcliff because he can just, jeez, he can push through a lot of content. Doesn't matter which level 55 character max out you take, you just get one of those characters, because you can see right here, it is just going to be destruction. And because the unit is so overpowered, it's always going to be able to get its abilities off. Look at that. Just 2 units dead every time the purple skill goes off. If you take a look at the damage chart, you're going to see that Heathcliff, or my bold unit Heathcliff, is going to be doing the most damage. So that's why make sure you join the Discord, get your friend unit, okay? Links in the description down below. 69%. But in doing so, you can see leveled up. We're gonna condense some of this. We're gonna keep going and see how far we can get through this before we actually like hit our true brick wall and we can't progress any further. Alright, so to summarize, we've been playing for about 2 hours 30 minutes now, roughly. We got to the confronting 316. The reason why we don't keep going further is we're gonna just save our Endgame modules for later today. The reason being is the EXP Excavation uses 2 modules, so we're gonna try to get to ideally 322, because then we can get the second level of these opened up. I don't think we'll be able to get to 454 without having to level up and grind, which is a bit of an issue. So we'll see if we can push 316 with just only our friend unit. 448 might be a bit hard. All these other ones definitely looking like it's going to be a little bit impossible. So we're going to have to build up a team for sure. But even though we are building up a team, we do have a couple of things that can help us, which is a few Manager's Attendance. If we play the game for 14 days, we're going to get 1 raise an identity to uptime 4, which is going to be amazing. And then we're also going to be getting units here, such as 10 unit or selector for our Faust, and we're going to be using this to get our ego sack. So we'll see what we can do, but that's going to be basically it. Guys, make sure you join the Discord community down in the description down below. All things Limbus, John Pan was signing out. See you guys later. Bye-bye for now.